Hi, I'm Greg Scott. Welcome to week 1, day 5 of the 30-day challenge I accepted last weekend. You know, yeah, this is a thing to record this stuff. After an organization leader blew me off a while ago and told me I needed to tell him everything he needed to know about cybersecurity in 25 words or less, honestly, I was mad, but I came up with a solution. Here it is. Everything you need to know about cybersecurity distilled down into a 6-word rhyme. Everything flows from here. Care and share to be prepared. Burn that into your brain. Care and share to be prepared. Has a nice ring to it, doesn't it? Well, this week, all week long, I focused on why we need to care. Today, I want to convince you that sharing is important. And I also want to talk about cybersecurity and collaboration, which is just a fancy word for sharing. Sharing works better because it rhymes with caring, and that's just the way my brain works. You know, bad guys are great at collaboration. Good guys need to learn from bad guys in that area. When I was writing Virus Bomb, I looked at a couple of, hi, Christine, nice to see you. Thanks for saying hi. Thanks for stopping by. When I was writing Virus Bomb, I looked at some YouTube videos. It took me about a half hour to learn how to make a cell phone bomb. You take the side off a cell phone, and there's a vibrator that makes that has an offset. You put some wires on the vibrator and a little thin wire in between. When the vibrator vibrates, the wire short. That makes this wire hot. And then that sets off blasting powder, and that sets off your explosive, and boom, you blow up a building. Took me about a half hour to learn how to do that. Writers, we go to strange places. I learned how to hijack the GPS unit on a truck. If you want to hijack a semi-truck, you fool the GPS unit into thinking the truck is somewhere else, and then nobody knows where it is until it's too late. I learned that on the internet, looking at bad guy websites. Bad guys collaborate. There's even a website called deep.web.com. It's out in the open, available to anybody that wants to look at it. If you want to find out how to buy illegal drugs or how to do all kinds of bad stuff, just go to that website and look at their directory. Let me read you what these guys said about themselves. We established deep.web in the wake of our friend being arrested by local authorities for buying drugs from the original Silk Road marketplace. Buying drugs! Our aim is to make information about dark net markets accessible to everyone, as well as making the dark net safer by reporting on security risks, scams, and operations, wait for it, conducted by law enforcement. Check that out. In the bad guy world, the bad guys are law enforcement, and the good guys are the crooks trying to steal from us. Tell me that makes any sense. Bad guys collaborate. Bad guys spend all day long probing good guys, and they spend all night long collaborating with each other to make their probes the next day better. And good guys, what do? Well, we hide. We think if we make our methods a secret and we keep everyone compartmentalized in the dark, well, then nobody will know about the good stuff. Well, guess what? I have one question for you. How's that been working out for everyone? Just open up a newspaper any day and read about the latest data breach. Do you think maybe bad guys know more about how good guys operate than good guys give them credit for? One more thing, well, a couple more things. I want to introduce you to a guy named Alfred Charles Hobbs. He was alive in the 1850s. That's 1850s, right around 168 years ago. My grandparents' grandparents were alive when Alfred Charles Hobbs was alive. I wish I knew more about him. He'd be one of my heroes today. He was a famous locksmith, and in 1851, he embarrassed British lockmakers by picking their best locks. The Brits had to go design better locks after he got done with them. He forced them to do that. That led to a book. Here's the exciting title of his book: Rudimentary Treatise on the Construction of Locks. Okay, it's not real exciting, but they were more formal then than we are now. Listen to what Hobbs said on page 2 of that book. Now, just bear with me because this is 1851 language from Britain. Doubt has been started within the last year or two whether or not it is right to discuss so openly the security or insecurity of locks. Many well-meaning persons suppose that the discussion respecting the means for baffling the supposed safety of locks offers a premium for dishonesty by showing others how to be dishonest. Sound familiar? This is a fallacy. Rogues are very keen in their profession, and they already know much more than we can teach them respecting their several kinds of roguery. Rogues know a good deal more about lockpicking. Rogues knew a good deal more about lockpicking before locksmiths discussed it among themselves. Do you sense any parallels from today's world? I'm going to post a link here to the blog post with Hobbs' full quote because he had more to say, but I don't have time to say it all. I think if Alfred Charles Hobbs were alive today, he'd be an internet security researcher, probably be a famous one. Okay, how do good guys collaborate? We're bad at it. What can we do about it? Well, here's what we do. Share our mistakes. Present what we do at conferences. Share it on social media. Call into radio stations. Show some interest. If we want to strike a blow against identity theft and cyber attacks and all the bad stuff that goes on the internet, we need to up our game. So let's learn how to use this new tool called the internet as effectively as the people who want to plunder us. And then thanks for putting up with me for another presentation, and I'll be back in a couple days. Oh, and I got to press enter to post my blog post too. Sorry about that. Okay, thank you for putting up with me.